Life is perilous and sometimes brutal. If you're naive enough to think otherwise, just go outside and have a look at what's going on. Unfortunately, it seems that many people have woken up to this reality only after losing everything they held dear. They found themselves homeless, penniless, and friendless after being betrayed or conned by people they trusted. If you don't want to be one of these people, you have to learn how to navigate life in a perilous world. And this is something that very few people know how to do. Most people are like sheep waiting to be slaughtered, but you can't afford to be like them. So today, I will tell you exactly how to do it. And I promise you that this knowledge will prove invaluable to you someday. First, never trust anyone completely. This should go without saying, but most people need to be told. Many years ago, I read a book called The Art of Seduction. And although I don't agree with every single thing the author said, I have to admit that he made a very important point. He said that when it comes to seducing women, you should never take someone at their word. Instead, you should always let your actions speak, because there are two things that women hate more than anything else: being lied to and being taken for granted. And if you can make women hate you, you've done something wrong. Now, you might think that seducing women has nothing to do with surviving in a perilous world. You would be wrong. The point I'm trying to make is that you should never trust anyone completely. Even your best friends can become your worst enemies if you're not careful. Just look at what happened to the main character in the movie The Green Mile. Even his best friend turned against him. It may sound cynical, but it's better to assume that everyone is out to get you, including your so-called friends. That way you will never be caught off guard. Second, always keep your options open. There was a man who didn't trust anyone. That's why he had no friends or family. Some people might call him a loner or an introvert, but the truth was that he knew something that other people didn't. Never trust anyone. That's why he always kept his options open. He never put all his eggs in one basket. For example, he never invested all his money in one stock. He always diversified. He also made sure to keep in touch with people from all walks of life. And this paid off big time. When the stock market crashed, he was one of the few people who didn't lose everything. And when the police were looking for him, he was able to disappear without a trace because he had so many friends who owed him favors. The bottom line is that by keeping his options open, he was able to survive one of the biggest financial crises in history. Third, always stay sharp. Doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. If you're not street smart, you're going to get hurt. I'm sorry to break it to you, but the world is a dangerous place, and you can't afford to be naive. You must always stay sharp and be prepared for anything. There are countless stories of seemingly normal people who turned out to be hardened criminals. For example, the case of the woman who pretended to be mentally challenged for decades so she could avoid prosecution for her crimes. Or the case of the man who faked having Down syndrome to avoid prison. These people are extremely dangerous because they are able to blend in with society and fool everyone around them. That's why it's so important to stay sharp and be aware of your surroundings at all times. By following these 3 tips, you will be able to survive in a perilous world. Just remember, never trust anyone completely. Always keep your options open and always stay sharp. It may sound harsh, but the world is a dangerous place and you can't afford to be naive. By following these tips, you will be able to protect yourself and those you care about. So don't be a fool. Learn these lessons now so you can survive whatever life throws at you. By the way, if you want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love. Till next time, life in today's world can be pretty perilous. From economic uncertainty to health concerns, from climate change to social upheaval. It seems like we're living in increasingly dangerous times. It can be hard to know how to navigate these challenges and come out on top. But don't worry, because in this video, we're going to teach you how to not only survive, but thrive in a world that's full of danger. So stay tuned and get ready to learn some valuable skills that will help you not just survive, but thrive, no matter what life throws your way. Let's start by talking about the importance of adaptability. In a world that's constantly changing, being able to adapt to new circumstances and bounce back from setbacks is essential. When things don't go according to plan, which they often won't in a dangerous world, it's important to be able to adjust your course and find a new path to success. This might mean learning new skills, taking on a new job, or even moving to a new place. But with a little creativity and a lot of determination, you can turn any setback into an opportunity for growth and success. So don't be afraid to embrace change and use it to your advantage. The world is full of opportunities, and the only thing standing between you and your dreams is your willingness to adapt and seize the moment. Next up is the power of community. Having a strong support system of friends, family, and neighbors is crucial for surviving in a dangerous world. When things get tough, it's important to have people you can rely on for help. Whether it's emotional support, practical assistance, or a place to stay when you're in need. Building a strong community takes time and effort, but the rewards are immeasurable. It can be the difference between surviving and thriving in a dangerous world. So do I hesitate to reach out to others and build the strong communities? You'll need to weather any storm that comes your way. But it's not just about being adaptable and building a strong community. You also need to be prepared. That means having a plan in place for when things do go wrong. Whether it's a natural disaster, a personal emergency, or anything else that life might throw your way. This could include things like having a bug-out bag packed and ready to go, knowing where to find shelter and resources in your area, or having a backup plan for your income in case you lose your job. Being prepared doesn't mean you're being paranoid or pessimistic. It just means you're being smart and taking control of your life. And that's something everyone should strive for, not just survivalists. Finally, let's talk about the importance of self-reliance. In a dangerous world, it's crucial to be able to rely on yourself. That means being able to take care of your basic needs like food, water, and shelter, even in the toughest of circumstances. It also means being able to defend yourself and your loved ones if necessary. Now, we're not suggesting that everyone go out and buy guns and ammo, but we do think that everyone should be prepared to defend themselves however they can, whether that's with a weapon or with their bare hands. It's important to be able to protect yourself and your loved ones when no one else can. Self-reliance also means being prepared to take care of yourself medically. That means having a basic understanding of first aid and knowing how to treat common injuries and illnesses. It also means being prepared to deal with more serious medical situations, like having a plan in place for if you or someone you love needs emergency surgery. In conclusion, life in a dangerous world is challenging, but it's not impossible to not only survive, but thrive. By being adaptable, having a strong community, being prepared and self-reliant, you can set yourself up for success. Remember that you don't have to go through this alone. There are resources available to help you, and there are people who want to see you succeed. So, do I be afraid to reach out for help, and do I give up in the face of adversity? With a little planning and a lot of determination, you can create the life you want, no matter how dangerous the world might seem, so don't wait. Start taking steps today to create the life you want, and you will be on your way to success before you know it.